Hi, I'm Jenny and welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday and it is Easter Eve and I'm in the kitchen baking. So I'm getting ready with, I think I've got some zucchini bread in the oven here, and I've just made another Jell-O cake with my granddaughter, just out of a cake mix, and that is in the refrigerator. But I also am making a carrot cake. I know everybody has their own carrot cake recipe, but I thought I'd jump on here really quick and share mine. I love carrot cake, but carrot cake people fall into two categories. Either one category loves nuts and pineapple and big chunks in their carrot cake, and the other half does not. And I'm in that category that does not. I like a light, fluffy carrot cake with some carrot shreds, but I don't necessarily like it heavy, and I don't want pineapple in it. I don't like nuts in my cake. Sometimes nuts in the frosting I'm okay with, but not in the cake. So I'm just going to share with you my carrot cake recipe. Let me show you how I make it. So my kitchen happens to be a huge mess getting ready for the holiday, but the things that we're going to use, let me get my recipe book over here. Same recipe I've been using for years. This is the only carrot cake recipe that I make. We're going to need 4 eggs, 3/4 cup of oil. I'm using canola. Half a cup of applesauce, and I'm using my cinnamon applesauce that I canned. 2 cups of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and 3 cups of grated carrots. So I have got my carrots grated. I'm going to just mix my dry ingredients. So there's my 2 cups of all-purpose flour, my cinnamon and ginger, and then my nutmeg I'm going to grate fresh. Okay, so I'm just going to grate some nutmeg in. I'm going to put in my salt, baking soda, and baking powder. And I'm just going to give this a whisk. And I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to put in my 4 eggs. I know this, you shouldn't be cracking the eggs over the bowl. I always do it. And I'm just going to use my paddle, not my whisk. Let me get the eggs going. I'm going to put in my 2 cups of sugar. This is just regular white granulated sugar. I usually use the organic. But this is what was left over from Christmas. I'm going to put in my vanilla. 2 teaspoons, tablespoons, teaspoons. It's vanilla. Vanilla is so good. Put in my oil. My applesauce. All right. I'm going to put in the carrots. And this is 3 cups of packed carrots. Packed grated carrots. put my flour in. This isn't a picky cake. You don't have to alternate or do things in batches. This is pretty much dump and go. It's an easy, easy cake. It's the only one I use, like I said. I'm not going to overmix this because I'm going to treat it more like a quick bread as soon as it's just mixed in. I don't like tough cake. Alright, so that is just mixed in. I'm going to give it another quick mix. Has been a really busy weekend. I've been doing a tea video on Friday and I didn't even get a chance to. I was busy doing shopping for Easter with my granddaughter, and I had her for the night. And I just made a huge, huge mess. You would need 2 9-inch greased pans or 2 8-inch deeper pans, or as I'm doing here, 2 10-inch pans. I don't have 9, and I think I lent my 8-inch to somebody. And I don't know where they're at. I can't find them. I was just going to do 8, but 10 will work. They'll be a little bit flatter, of course, but who cares? My kids will think it tastes good anyway. Can always jack it up with more cream cheese frosting in the middle. These are going to go in a 350-degree oven. I have my oven already preheated, so I'm going to put these in there as well. These are going to bake for about 35, maybe 30 minutes because they're in a shallow pan. They're not going to be as tall, so I'll start checking them at 30. Normally it's about 35 to 40 minutes for an 8-inch or 9-inch. You can also put this in a 9x13 baker and do that, or you can put it in a bigger one, just do a flatter cake if you're doing like a picnic cake. So I will see you when these come out of the oven. The cakes are out of the oven and these are completely cool. I am ready to frost them. I'm just going to stick them on a platter and we're going to make some frosting. For the frosting, we're just going to make basic cream cheese frosting. So one recipe for cream cheese frosting would be 1 8-ounce brick of cream cheese room temperature, 1 stick of butter, which is half a cup room temp, I'm using unsalted, and 4 cups of powdered sugar, which would be a pound, a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to double this though. I've got 2 bricks of cream cheese in the bowl here. I'm going to put in 2 sticks of butter, and I'm doubling it because I made a 10-inch cake. It's wide. I may not use it all, but I figure if I double it and I have leftovers, then the kids can use on their zucchini bread in the morning. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in. Alright, I've got that nice and whipped. I am going to put in my 2-pound bag of powdered sugar. And of course make a big mess while doing so. It wouldn't be a regular baking day if I didn't make a big mess. Alright, and my 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to start this off on low so I don't make an even bigger mess here. Alright, and as this comes together, I'll increase the speed. Get it nice and whipped. I'm just going to do this quick scrape down. frosting is done. This is a pretty easy cake, and it's so good. If you wanted to add nuts, you could definitely do that. Here's the first part of my cake, and as I said, because I put it in a 10-inch, it's a little bit thin, which is fine with me. Easter is just gonna be my mom and my husband and the kids and grandkids, so you know, nothing fancy. We're not expecting any additional guests that I have to impress or anything. So this cake is not going to be decorated fancy either, unfortunately. Alright, and I'm going to put this one on. This cake is really moist. You won't need any additional, moisture. Sometimes people like to do simple sugar, and if I'm making wedding cakes or large birthday cakes or things like that, and I want to add extra flavor or keep them moist, I do put simple sugar syrup. But for this carrot cake, you won't even need it. If you wanted to do a lining of jam or marmalade in the middle before you put the cream cheese frosting down, you could do that, and that would be really good. It would have been good. I should have done that. I didn't think about it till just now. I do that with regular cakes. Usually I do like a homemade blood orange marmalade, or I'll do strawberry jam, or any of the jams that I make, really. And now I'm just starting to make a big mess. I'm not crumb coating it. This is the final coat. Nothing fancy. Not today. It's kind of hard to do to frost, you know, and make it perfectly straight when you're on the platter. My ends are kind of curved up. That's okay. Now, decorating a carrot cake, you could do the traditional, do the sides and crush nuts if you want, or you could have some of the extra icing and color it orange and green and pipe little carrots. That would be cute. But other than that, today we're going simple. So there you have it. Carrot cake, plain and simple, no frills. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and I sure do appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Happy Easter!